In this video, I'm going to show how to fix sacroiliac joint pain for good. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. So if you're dealing with a lot of lower back pain, especially below the belt line off to the side, definitely check this video out because there's a good chance that you could have an issue with your sacroiliac joint. If you're unfamiliar with the sacroiliac joint, commonly known as the SI joint, it's the union of the sacrum and the ilium of the pelvis, and it acts as a shock absorber for the spine above. When this area becomes inflamed, it can cause a lot of issues, including pains in the lower back, across the butt cheek area, even towards the hip. What usually causes this is a blend of weakness and tightness in the main muscles that support the SI joint, notably the glutes or the buttocks. To make getting relief easy, I'm going to show easy exercises to stretch and strengthen these main muscles for both quick and long-lasting relief. Just a quick note, each one of these exercises works differently. They're going to be shown in different positions. To get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. Here's a good exercise that we can do seated. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's our right side, take that side's ankle, place over your other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure 4. If you have a lot of difficulty getting into this position, to make it easier, straighten your other leg like this, put your ankle over the other side, grab your pant leg or in front of the shin to slide it into position. So let's have very good upright posture with this one. Have your back as straight as possible. What you're going to do is take your hands, cup around your knee, and now slowly pull this knee across your body towards your other side's shoulder. As you do this, you're going to feel a really good stretch form on the outside of your thigh, working towards the hip and then finally around that sacroiliac joint area. Focus on feeling it below the belt line off to the side. You want to hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. Release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. So to take this one to the next level, we can turn this into an active stretch. So this time around, I'm going to take this bent knee and I'm going to press it down towards the floor. But don't use your hands, only use your leg and hip strength, because the more that you press down, the more that you're going to feel a deep activation of the buttocks or the glutes. Hold this comfortably for 5 seconds, release it, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. Again, with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. But go through both of these movements. You're probably going to find that one just offers a little bit more relief. And at that point, keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. For this exercise, we're going to start lying flat on our back on a floor or in bed. Have your legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. You want to gently press your heels downward into the floor until you feel a light activation of the muscles around the hips, targeting the glutes or the buttocks. We're going to hold this, and now what we're going to do is called the windshield wiper. So we're going to take our knees and slowly lower them down towards the floor, focusing on moving through our hips as much as we can. As you lower them down, you're going to feel a really deep stretch form across the hips, but more importantly across the pelvic, and then finally into that sacroiliac joint area, right below the belt line off to the side. Build into this as much as you can, hold it for a couple seconds, and then just like a windshield wiper, we're going to swing towards the other side and repeat. Do this nice and slowly for 15 to 20 repetitions, and with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. So to take this one to the next level and really focus on the sacroiliac joint area, we can do what are called butterflies. We're going to put our feet together, gently press our heels down into the floor until we feel the activation around the hips. We're going to hold this and now take our knees and press them down towards the floor as much as we can. This time around, you're going to feel a really deep stretch form on the inner part of your thighs, working into the groin, finally into the hips around that SI joint area. Hold this for a couple seconds, bring your legs back together, and just like a butterfly flapping its wings, you're going to just press down and up like this. Again, 15 to 20 repetitions. But go through both of these movements. You're probably going to find that one just offers more relief. And at that point, keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. Here's another exercise that we can do in bed or on a floor, but this one is going to be more advanced and offer a really deep stretch. So let's lie flat on our back, have our legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. I always like to start with the side that has the most amount of pain. So let's say that's our right side. Take that side's ankle, place over your other side's knee. So when you look up, it should look like a figure 4. So the first thing that we want to do is warm up the muscles across the SI joint area. So we're going to take this bent knee and press it away from us, but we're not going to use our hands. Instead, we're only going to use our leg and hip strength, because the more that you press into it, the more that you're going to feel a deep activation of those muscles. Hold this comfortably for about 5 seconds, release it, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. So at this point, things should be warmed up, and we can now take it to the next level. So what I like to do is take my hands and I just reach right through the opening of my legs and grab this back leg. What you want to do is pull this back leg towards your body as much as you can, but do it slowly, because you're going to feel a really deep stretch form across your pelvis, across that sacroiliac joint area. Hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds, release it, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. But if you would like to find a position that can offer some more relief, when you do this, slowly rock your hips and legs from side to side, because you're going to notice that going towards one side, it just really pinpoints and targets that area of pain a little bit more. For me, it's when I swing a little bit towards my left. So I like to build into that position, hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, release it, and keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to make sure everything is kept in balance. Here's an exercise that we can do standing called the step back. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of sacroiliac joint pain, you want that side towards the back. So I'm going to demonstrate left-sided pain. We're going to start in a wide scissored stance like this. Take your front foot and turn it inward as much as you can until you feel a really good stretch form around your hip, targeting the glutes and the buttocks. You're going to hold that and now do the same with this back foot. From there, we're going to lean or step backward, placing all of our body weight onto our back heel. You should feel a really deep stretch across that SI joint area. If you don't, just keep leaning back. We're going to hold this, and now to take this one to the next level, we're going to put our arms out in front of us, kind of like a genie position, and we're going to slowly turn or rotate through our waist, through our lower back, towards that painful side. Do this slowly, because you're going to feel a really deep stretch. Build into a deep but comfortable stretch. Hold this for 5 seconds, release it, and keep repeating this over and over again for about 10 repetitions. But afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like it needs a little bit more, just keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. So I'd like to take this one to even the next level by targeting some more muscles. So what I like to do is turn into it, but I also tilt away at the same time, lowering my shoulders towards the floor. You're just going to notice that it targets the back and that sacroiliac joint area a little bit differently. So give that a try, and if it gives you more relief, keep throwing repetitions in. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. So let's go over a really good exercise that can give both quick and long-lasting relief by strengthening the main muscles that support the sacroiliac joint. This one can be done daily, but if it is a little bit too challenging, try to do it 3 to 4 times a week. We're going to start lying on our side with the most painful side towards the ceiling. So I'm going to demonstrate right-sided sacroiliac joint pain. You want to have your knees bent roughly at 90 degrees, swing them forward a little bit in front of your body, and then press your feet together and hold that during this exercise. And make sure to support your head with your hand just like this. So this top knee, what we're going to do is press that knee and leg backward like this as much as we can. When you do this, you're going to feel a really deep activation of the muscles around the glutes and the buttocks, targeting around the SI joint. Hold this comfortably for about 5 seconds, release it, and then slowly lower your leg back down, but resist against your leg weight. So we're going to resist going up and down to target these muscles in both directions. Try to do this 10 to 15 times, and with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But for a lot of people, this is going to be a little bit too easy. So to make it more challenging, straighten this top leg like this, have it in line with your bottom leg, and now slowly press your foot and leg upward towards the ceiling. It's going to be a lot harder to do, but you're going to feel a really deep activation of these muscles. 5-second hold, we're going to slowly lower our leg back downward like this and repeat it 10 to 15 times. But again, try to throw in another set or two. But to take this one to the next level and target some more muscles, what we can do is slowly turn our foot inward until we feel a really deep activation of the muscles around the hip, and now raise our foot upward. You can also turn your foot and leg outward like this to target those muscles a little bit differently, raise it up. I would try to do at least 5 repetitions in every single position, because what you're going to notice that one position just feels like it's really tight, achy, or weak. For me, it's turning my foot inward. At that point, I treat it like my weak link and throw more repetitions in until everything feels like it's nice and loose, or I got a really good workout. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to make sure everything is kept in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.